You step into an elegant private dining room where the air hums with quiet expectation. Crystal chandeliers cast a soft glow. The hum of conversation fades as Alexander Blackwood's entrance sends a ripple across the room. Heads turn. He's the CEO of Nexus Technologies. Sharp suit, older hand, confident enough to know everyone here wants a piece of what he's about to finalize. A $4.9 billion acquisition of Alpen-Coror. But this evening, the real story emerges not in boardrooms or legal terms, but through a single encounter. 15 years. That's how long Thomas Wright has worked here, this place. Serving tables, pouring water, mastering invisible motion, a practiced calm in every step. Tonight he carries that grace into the lion's den. He approaches the table with polished composure. He speaks clearly, every syllable weighted with hospitality. "Welcome to Elysian. I'm Thomas, and I'll be taking care of you." Blackwood barely glances up, eyes glued to his phone. His CFO smiles apologetically. The VP of Operations looks apologetic. Across the table, there's Elise Bergman, CEO of Alpen-Coror, alert and poised. The evening begins like any other, until it fractures. He doesn't look up when Thomas returns with the wine list. "Just pour it," he says without lifting his eyes. "Some of us have billion-dollar deals to close." Thomas bows, wordless, smooth as smoke. He moves through courses with quiet precision, a shadow until necessity. Still, the tension thickens. Each word, each glance, stings. Thomas sets down the appetizer, seared scallops with truffle essence. Blackwood grips his napkin, muttering that standards have slipped since they started hiring just anybody. A slight laugh, they think it's subtle, but Thomas hears hate when he hears that. He keeps his calm. His expression stays neutral and poised. When he offers water mid-speech, Blackwood waves him off. Not now. Thomas mentions the water request. "Your water request was earlier, sir." Blackwood's face twists. "Are you deaf and incompetent?" The tables hush. Diners freeze. Thomas bows and steps back. The moment passes, but the wait remains. Then Blackwood signals him closer. "Standards," he says, voice lowered but still savage. "Tell me, what college did you attend? Do you even have a degree?" Thomas straightens his collar, keeps his voice steady. "The answer is evident in your performance, sir." A pointed remark. Heads shift. Elise leans forward. The night spirals. Blackwood insults his competence, his education, his very name, Thomas, Tony, whatever. Thomas corrects him kindly. "It's Thomas, sir, right away," and he bows, moves silently. When the wine Blackwood ordered is served, he inspects the bottle, scoffs, waves a dismissive hand. Blackwood's voice rises. "This isn't what I asked for." Thomas keeps calm. "This is the exact vintage you ordered, sir." Blackwood's voice grows louder. Perhaps he'd like to demonstrate, taste it himself. Those words bruise the protocol. Thomas looks around. Bergman's legal counsel is typing. The CFO's eyes retreat. He accepts the glass. He lifts it, and Blackwood jerks a napkin. Wine splashes across Thomas's pristine shirt. He yells something about filthy black fingers contaminating his drink. Silence crashes again. Glasses rattle. Distraught diners peer. Thomas bows and steps away with the grace of a dancer. He says, "I'll have someone else attend to you." Blackwood sneers. 15 years and still incompetent. Thomas doesn't reply. He retreats to the kitchen's edge where his phone buzzes. "Everything ready? Awaiting your signal?" Now you realize who Thomas really is. Not just a server, he is Dr. Thomas Wright, Ph.D., founder of Wright Capital, moving billions behind screens, silent investor in 40 tech ventures. His month of service work is a tradition, grounding, invisible, honest. Tonight it was revealing. He slips away to the restroom, changes his shirt. His hands are steady, heart calm. He checks documents, pings his counsel. Protocol Blackstone initiated. Documents are leaking. Board members are alerted. Legal has cleared everything. Press release prepped. Thomas returns to the dining room. Another waiter attends the table. Blackwood continues talking. He doesn't notice the texts under Bergman's table. Doesn't feel the shift as people stop reviewing documents. Doesn't hear phones humming across town as boardroom votes are cast. Unanimous. Pull out. Across town, phones chime in boardrooms. Wright Capital has canceled the deal. Nexus's acquisition dissolves. Panic blooms. Thomas returns to service, steps flowing with normality. Blackwood shouts about valuations, synergy. He doesn't see the tide he's unleashed. Bergman calmly withdraws, citing culture misalignment, ethics concerns. Blackwood's face twists. Words fail him. He tries to bribe, to pressure, but it's over. He doesn't know why. He just knows something slipped. The deal is gone. Blackwood's phone rings. His assistant says, Wright Capital just released a statement withdrawing support under this leadership. His hands tremble. He's lost control, but not yet clarity. The envelope arrives. Wright Capital insignia. Inside, photos, documentation, 17 buried discrimination complaints, HR emails, exit interviews citing hostile behavior. He turns pale. Elise stands, calls the exit. The deal is off. Consequences. Not revenge. Accountability. Thomas, redefining composure, moves through unseen territory. A powerful actor, unseen until now. Blackwood, disoriented, realizes his mistake too late. The waiter controlling fortunes. It's over. Stillness falls. Some diners notice and record. Whispers spread. Blackwood tries to deny. It's defamation, he sputters. Thomas stands silent, dignified. He picks up the phone. Yes, Emma, proceed. Wright Capital terminates the deal. Control shifts. Outside, cameras capture the unraveling. Within days, the story explodes. The Blackwood bigot trends. Stock plummets. Lawsuits emerge. Nexus's board investigates. Blackwood is suspended. His career cracking. No parachute, no forgiveness. The empire falters under its own toxicity. Thomas fades into silence, unnoticed at first, but now impossible to ignore. His letter arrives, an apology, admissions. He does not respond. Months later, he returns to the restaurant, dressed, recognized. The staff that saw his transformation greet him warmly. A young black woman serves his table with confidence. They exchange a glance. He hands her his card. Apply. She nods. Power shifts, cultures change, consequences ripple beyond one meal. And the car door closes. He heads home, long way, thoughtful. The headquarters of Nexus gleams beyond. It's under new leadership. Different culture, different face. Justice isn't headline. It's quiet, unavoidable. Sometimes the unseen are the ones with the real power, and sometimes the only fight worth fighting is the one for dignity.